Live from San Jose Boulevard. Hi. We're back. We're drawing again. Alrighty. So let me explain. I started this morning. I finished my previous Rosa drawing. I finalized it this morning. Exported it, really. And I'm working on this. I wanted something easy. That last Rosa drawing was kind of a real challenge. I was freehanding all of it. It took like 10 hours to do that thing, which I'm kind of surprised. It's been a while since I've taken more than 6.5 hours to do a drawing. So I have this, and I like this well enough, and I'm gonna try to turn this into Rosa. The problem with this is that the the pose sucks. It's super boring, and I'm not sure how I want to change that to be more dynamic. I don't feel like changing too much. Again, I kind of want something easy for this. So, but let's continue. Trying to I've sort of lost screen real estate because I don't have a good setup for OBS yet. I have Clip Studio Paint taking up about 2/3 of the screen. And then the rightmost third, I keep Safari open so I can see the YouTube chat should anyone stop by. Alright, so let's see. Back at it. Yeah, so that's what I have so far. I feel like the chest is a bit low. Like it's too low on her torso. Like I guess I'll try to bring it up. Because it doesn't look quite right. I might revert back to something else. Whoa. Oh my goodness, I'm still getting used to all the hotkeys here on my tablet. I keep having a look as well. It reminds me of when you first start to learn to type. I keep having to look down at where my fingers are. Hmm. One of the next things I'd like to do to add to the stream is some music. I don't know what kind of music to add. I know you can't just add any music you would like, but okay, let's just commit to a line and then meet it in the middle. Does that look? Ooh. Does that look any better? I feel like it doesn't. Okay, so that's what it was. And we'll just keep it as is. Yeah. I feel like I want to do something else with this arm. Like I'm kind of considering putting her hand on her hip. But again, I just really want something easy for this drawing. Yeah, where do I go next on this? I redid her shoes to try to match Rosa's actual shoes. And I'll do her hair, of course. So I suppose the next thing would be to do the head and the hair. So I'll stick with this general head shape. That might be a little tall, but we can reduce that. There we go. So how are y'all doing? I've had an okay day. I was supposed to get my car looked at today. Nothing super specifically wrong with it, but I got home after work and I was just I was just exhausted. I just laid down on the floor like I don't want to do the thing. I've had sort of a tiring week. I've had a bit of a tiring couple of weeks. I struggle to relax on weekends. Weekends are sort of a bane of my existence because I always look forward to them. But then I'm chronically uneasy when they come by because I don't know what to do with myself if I don't have my regular structure. Because during the working week, I know what to do with myself because I have constraints. Like, okay, I only have this much time before I gotta go to work. And then I get this break in the middle of the day. And I can spend a little bit of time doing stuff, making phone calls, whatever. Goodness. But on the weekends, I got none of that. I just... I don't want her hair to look ratty. Eh. Whoa. Oh, that line's not quite there. Oh, shoot. Oh my goodness, that's the worst one yet. I don't keep meaning to zoom in. Okay, you know what? I don't like this. Try again. I don't. Ah, goodness. Hmm. Actually, no. You know what? That one was good enough. Ah, still. Oh, you know what? You know, this always makes me think of that one meme I saw of Hayao Miyazaki and the and it's that sort of it's that photo of him where he's like reclined in a chair. His this is Hayao, and this is his hair, and his glasses are on his forehead. He has an unlit cigarette in his mouth, and he sort of has his arms like on his head, sort of in frustration. And the captions, you know, this is what you're supposed to look like. It's like this is what it's supposed to feel like when you make art with your hands. And it's like, yeah, ain't that the truth? It's a thing. I have this idea in my head that other artists just like have fun while drawing, and I occasionally have fun while drawing, but it is a rare thing. Okay. So, wrong button. Let's move on to something else. Can I possibly do her hat correctly? Nope. You know what I've been enjoying? It's that it's whoever, I don't think it's the original guy, but the super cuts of that one guy who's been streaming himself playing Minecraft blind. That has been super enjoyable. It's been like he has such infectious joy for the game, and he'll appreciate really small things about it. Like just like, oh, this sunset looks really nice. And he comes to, it's funny that he's able to suss things out pretty accurately from just like logical deduction, but also he'll try out things that like as an experienced player you wouldn't even bother to think of, but it's sort of it's a reasonable guess as a newcomer. Like he tried to cook eggs by putting them in a furnace with, you know, like where you would put a raw pork chop or something, or raw beef. Instead, he put an egg there and tried to, you know, smelt the egg. He thought like, oh yeah, that's probably how you cook eggs, and I really like that because it's like, yeah, that's a totally reasonable assumption you would make as someone who's never played the game before. Like, oh, you know, you can put other, you know, animal products in here to cook it. Why not eggs? No, it doesn't have enough nice flow. Mm. Nope. Okay, that might be usable. I guess. Oh my god. I just feel like I suck at drawing. Okay, let's undo all of that and then no. Do, 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 do. So it should be probably really pretty wide down here. And then yeah, okay. Well, well, actually, maybe the mistake I'm making is trying to make it go off screen. Maybe that's kind of what's messing me up here. Mm. Mm. Okay, you know what? I don't like either of these. Because I'm looking at this for reference. Her. Actually, they go down to her knees, even. So let's. Maybe not. Let's not do that now, but let's move on to something else. You know, today is actually kind of a special occasion for me because this is the 1 year anniversary of me living in this apartment. This is my first apartment ever, first time, you know, moving out of my parents' place. And yeah, I've been here a year. I didn't actually start. I think I moved in on the 3rd properly. I think that's the first time I actually spent the night here. But I started paying for it on the 1st. So yeah. And I remember it was freaking. It felt quite tenuous when I first got this place because I sort of. It was like a bit of a risk, really, for me to move out. It wasn't a surefire thing that it would work out. Because I remember I sort of transferred locations at my job, and I wasn't gonna get as much pay at this where I work now, and it was like not where after I took the dock and pay, it was like not really enough to live on my own. So I burned through savings quite quickly. I was like just trying to make it work. Eventually I got that sorted out there. I was able to get myself into a position where I got paid more. And yeah, it was kind of smooth sailing. But yeah, I remember sort of the first half, third. Yeah, like kind of like the first half of me having moved out. It was kind of rough. It was like, I'm not sure it's gonna work out, but it has, and I feel more confident in what I'm doing, where I am. It always, I don't know, I do just tend to worry, and I'm like, oh, what if it all falls apart, tomorrow? But right now it has not fallen apart, and for the past year it has not fallen apart. So that's good. The thing is, I don't even know if I should. Frick. I don't even know if I should treat myself though, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can reasonably treat myself on such a day as this, but maybe I can, because I'm also saving up for a trip later this year, hopefully. And it's like, oh, I don't really want to spend money on myself, for this trip. But I kind of wanted to say frick it and do it anyway. Just do something nice for myself for having had this apartment for 1 year. And I've made it like a decent place to live. It's sort of, it's not 100% there, clearly, but it feels homely. Feels like a place that a respectable man lives. It feels maybe cozy. I might even go so far as to call it cozy. Where am I? Okay, you know what? That's starting to look like something. I'll take that. Let me take out my headphones for a second. It's funny. These headphones are certainly higher quality than my other headphones, but they're not as comfortable. They're just a bit too tight. They don't fully envelop my ears like my other ones do. Like, my favorite pair of headphones, I think they were like a birthday or Christmas gift. When I'm trying to do the math, like 7 years ago or something. There's Sony somethings. Sony has terrible names for its headphones. It's like MDR X7Z whatever. But they're my favorite pair of headphones. They're Bluetooth, and they have actual buttons on them. There's sort of a thing lately with me and electronics. If you sort of compare that to like the Apple headphones, like the AirPod Pro Max, I hate that there aren't buttons on it. It's, I don't know, it's like this whole design trend. Oh shoot, did I accidentally do a ribbon? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is. It's this whole design trend where, like, designer. What the frick did I do? Okay. Where designers have become allergic to physical buttons on stuff, and it drives me nuts. Because it's like, why don't you just have actual buttons that give proper feedback? And that's sort of a problem with Teslas, is that it's all touchscreen, and it's like, no, don't don't do that. Like, have actual buttons. Like, there's a place for touchscreens. I really like CarPlay in every car that I've tried it in. I've never had a car myself that has CarPlay, but I enjoy CarPlay, definitely. It definitely feels like a much smarter integration of, phones in cars. Shoot. But at the same time, I also want physical buttons on stuff. And that's why those headphones are quite dear to me, because they have like an actual, what do they have? They have like a physical sort of volume rocker that's has a dimple on one side for like volume up, so you can tell by touch what it is. Do I want a slight asymmetry? Nah. Dang it. It also has a physical switch to, you can push it in to pause and unpause. And shoot. And you can move it back and forth to go, you know, next or previous. And it has a blinking LED, which I'm not a huge fan of. That's another thing with sort of industrial design, is that why does everything need a blinking LED? It's just dumb. Like, I know we need an indicator, but surely something that isn't a flashing light, because I hate flashing lights. Flashing lights were invented by the devil, I swear. It's like so terrible, and I don't know how anyone can tolerate flashing lights. Like, come Christmas time, when people have like flashing Christmas lights outside, that drives me nuts. And I can't imagine living in that house with just like flashing lights going on outside constantly. Like, truly, people are built different, because I would I would rather kill Santa Claus than have to deal with that. I feel like I'm kind of running out of ideas of what to do on this. Because what do I want to do with this arm? Do I want to keep it as is? I had the idea of having it sort of like she's holding a bag, like in here, but I'm like, oh, that sounds really complicated. I'd also have to like move her shoulder up a bit. I don't want to hassle right now in this drawing. Yeah. I'm not feeling very adventurous with this drawing, because the last drawing was kind of arduous. It felt like a real struggle, but not even for a good drawing necessarily. Well, you be the judge of this. So, file. So yeah, you tell me, what do you think of this? I finalized it today. Yeah, just pretty much just added my signature. I think I erased like things that were outside the lines, stuff like that. Because to me, this is quite lacking compared to the original. The original one had this really fierce expression that I just was like not able to capture. And so I went for this more general, like sort of mild surprise look. I added line art to this. My last few drawings have all been lineless, but for this piece in particular, I don't know if it's just because I was feeling unconfident about it, but I was just thinking, I think this needs line art. One thing, I think this hand is pretty good. I freehand copied the original, and I think this came out reasonably well. I think this hand looks okay. This hand, not so much. I think this hand is a mess. It kind of looks like a fleshy spoon. Like she did. Like if you imagine that this is just a closed circle of fingers. like like it's AI or something. Yeah, and you could just serve soup in it or whatever. Like it's her. That's her designated soup hand. She doesn't need a spoon. She just uses that. I do like this sort of highlight on the tights. I find lately I kind of like very geometric shading and highlights. I haven't done it a ton here, but I did do it here and I do like that. And then I came up with my own background. I just thought, hey, you know, black and white, like the games. So yeah. I mean, that arguably looks like Rosa. Um, Now this might sound, well, hold on actually. I was about to say maybe her waist could be smaller, but I'm just sort of thinking about that. Like if we sort of ghost out where her waist is. Mm, I don't know. I mean, let's try it. Why not? Might have to adjust other things about it, but yeah. I don't know. I also feel like her chest is too low. It doesn't quite look right. I know I said that at the start of the stream, but it clearly I still think that because I brought it up twice now. Wrong brush. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's coming along. How long have I been streaming? Half hour? Okay. I'm willing to call it there. All right. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.